Now, if you hear the odd crash and bash over the next couple of minutes, that's because we've snuck in on setup day because I was desperate to come and look at this. It's the new Sprite Quattro DD. It was announced in July last year, but this is the first opportunity we've had to take a look at it, and it looks pretty good. Up front, there's the panoramic sunroof that's fitted to just about every Sprite, along with a diamond pack which brings an AKS hitch stabiliser and alloy wheels. They mean that although the list price is a shade under 18 grand, chances are you won't get it on the road for less than 19.5. But of course, being a Sprite, it's Swift's entry-level range. So why am I so excited about it? Well, because it's a huge twin axle, so it features the ultimate luxury, the luxury of space. Even the wardrobe in here is absolutely huge. Double fronted, there's room enough for all 6 people that this van will sleep. And then you've got the main front lounge, and it's a proper 6-seater. It feels genuinely spacious, enhanced of course by that panoramic sunroof behind me, which makes it feel nice and bright. I really like the trim too. This kind of lime and grey effect feels really cheerful and quite modern. I also like the fact that although this is an entry-level caravan, it's really well detailed. We've got drop-down flaps beneath the sofas on either side, which means you can access the storage space within without having to lift up the sofas themselves. And of course at the front, we've got the bank of switchgear, just the place to put your TV. But of course, if this lounge isn't ideal for you, just join me at the back of the van where you'll find another one. And here it is. Actually, it's rather more of a kids' play area than a second lounge. It's the perfect place to shut them off from the rest of the van so they can play at this table which pulls out from the chest of drawers, and of course it's the place for them to sleep. When they do, well, you can make it up into a double bed using the pull-out slats, and of course there's another one up the front of the van. But of course kids don't particularly want to share a bed, do they? And thankfully the Quattro DD has got a real trick up its sleeve, because as well as single beds here, we've got bunk beds behind me. They fold out and sit above, and brilliantly we've got reading lights above and below. And of course kids love TV, and right down here in the locker you'll find a TV point and a 230 volt socket, so you can feed your wires up and place the TV on the rear central chest. There's masses of storage options back here too. We've got space under both sofas, and happily this one has got an exterior access hatch and of course 3 overhead lockers. With no window and only a fairly small skylight, this washroom in the middle of the van isn't the largest and the brightest. However, this shower unit has got its own light, and it's white and it's fully lined. Elsewhere in the washroom it is pretty Spartan, but we have got a couple of shelves and a mirror, a small bathroom cabinet, and of course an electric flush loo. The one thing I would point out is there is a certain amount of intrusion from the wheel arch in here, but at least it means I've got a nice place to sit. And that just leaves the kitchen. Now, in a big 6-berth family van, you want a good sized kitchen space, and perhaps DD stands for doesn't disappoint, because this is really fantastic. I particularly like seeing this screen here, which means that when the kids come running in from outside, they won't burn their hands on the hob. Underneath, well, it's good to find a separate oven and grill too. In fact, it's well specified throughout. We've got a good sized sink and then masses of worktops stretching away towards the front of the van with decent task lighting above. Underneath the worktop, there's a decent sized fridge and plenty of storage space. And of course, because this van is fitted with the diamond pack, it means you've got a microwave, and it's good to see it sited at a sensible height and over the sink and not the hob. If I've got one complaint, well, it's there's only one socket in here. Of course, a twin lounge layout is nothing new. In fact, in a world of fixed bed caravans, it's something that traditionalists have been clamouring for. At just shy of 20 grand on the road, this isn't a cheap caravan. That said, you are buying a heck of a lot of real estate.